While riding my bicycle, a force drew me off my regular route. That's when this golden man caught my eye, so to speak. This is a unique story of the man I met under the bridge. He calls himself Powhakaton. He's been living under the bridge for about 5 years now. Fortunately, I had my faithful camera with me. Excited, I stopped to ask this strange-looking person if I could interview him. A friendly man, he was grateful just to talk to someone. Odd, but delightful, the man explained he painted his face and his arms gold, simply because he wanted to match the tree he had carved and painted. He'll be adding arms and finishing his artwork by using beads for teeth. He found this tree when he was cleaning up the area after the storm. When Powhakaton finishes his masterpiece, he'll display his art by the road for everyone to see. He explained how he uses the same colors as the Seminole Indians: yellow, red, black, and white. He enjoyed modeling his original clothes designs for me and gave details on he cuts fabric to look like Indian war jackets. He panhandles in the morning by the highway to get money for his food. But Powhakaton hadn't sold his artwork because, well, he only does it because he enjoys making things. In the past, Powhakaton had done landscaping and telemarketing. He also had owned his own business. He explained that he even knows how to build a self-sufficient house from the ground up with solar panels and everything. He said he has an interest in working on electric cars. Then he mentioned how he needs to get a copy of his driver's license and his social security card so he could get a job with 2 men in a truck and eventually get a small apartment or trailer. Powhakaton explained how the other homeless people that stay near him are real bad. They get jealous of him, and often they do things that bring him down. Whenever he starts to get his life together, they steal his IDs from him. Unlike the other people who live under the bridge, Powhakaton always cleans his area, but he doesn't like it dirty. And he doesn't like the others who live under the bridge because they leave trash everywhere. He mentioned how another guy left the area because, well, the others always bullied him. Powhakaton doesn't mind living there, but when I asked him if someone came along and gave him a house to live in, would he like that? Giving a great big smile, he nodded his head. Of course he said yes. We exchanged a few more words, and I promised him I'll be back. 2 days later, 7 o'clock a.m., I knew where to find my new friend. Like everyone, Powhakaton had a story to tell. He appeared to be a simple man, but on the contrary, the more I spoke to him, the more interesting our conversations became. Powhakaton proudly showed me his artwork that he painted mountain scenes and the Seminole colors on the bridge walls. I noticed a ruby-looking jewel on the floor, and Powhakaton showed me how he glued the jewels to decorate his area so it would look nice. Again, we parted ways. The next day, while driving down the road, pleasantly surprised, I saw my friend again. This time he was riding his bike. So, I stopped for another chat. He told me he usually buys his groceries at Walmart, but today he had been shopping at the dollar store. I noticed he was all dolled up, so he proudly demonstrated all the jewelry he had made. I asked him if he liked President Trump, and he said he does, because Trump speaks the truth, and he's real, and he's down to earth. Curiously, I asked if he ever heard of Elon Musk. He didn't. I explained how Elon is the richest man in the world. Powhakaton's eyebrows raised in surprise. Then I asked him if someone like Elon gave him a house, would he give up drinking? To my astonishment, Powhakaton answered no. He couldn't do that because he's an alcoholic. Powhakaton explained further how other people would have lied and said yes to me. But Powhakaton wasn't going to do that because he doesn't lie. I had taken an interest in Powhakaton, so I visited my friend one more time. This time I asked him if he wanted to take a drive to get a slice of pizza. Politely he refused, but I insisted. He described to me how there are many people in the area that just don't like him and give him a lot of grief, and he didn't want to cause any problems for me. I assured him that I could handle any problems that might arouse. Powhakaton is 34 years old and almost 6 foot tall. He can more than likely take care of himself, but certainly he doesn't want to fight and perhaps end up in jail. When he heard I listened to country music, to my surprise, he sang a couple of country songs for me. As we parted, I became saddened and very angry to hear his neighboring opponents had stolen his carved tree and all his carving tools. Such a sad ending, but it isn't over till the fat lady sings. Be sure to watch the next episode for an update of the man I met under the bridge. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below, and you can send an email if you'd like. It's free to AmericasProud@somebodyhastosayit.again.com.